Hello, my name is Denise Radukunda. I'm the co-founder of Best in Me initiative, which is a program that empowers teenagers with disabilities. You can wonder where I got the inspiration because I'm not disabled. Yeah. In my childhood, I became the guardian of my aunt who was visually impaired. So during my time as her guardian, she could share with me what her dreams had been. Like we could really have a very sweet conversation. And she told me that she wanted to become a book writer, just to write the books that that raises awareness about disability. Unfortunately, my aunt passed on without realizing her dreams. Growing up, I wanted to know why. Why didn't my aunt even left a book for me? So I got to realize that she failed to realize her dream because uh, she had never stepped into school. So she was actually illiterate, like she didn't know how to write, and she didn't have an assistive device to support her in realizing her dreams. So that's really sad. Yeah. so um Growing up, I really wanted to find out. I wanted to explore more on how person with disabilities are really recognized in education sector, how they are really accommodated. So from the research, I found that Rwanda really made a huge progress in promoting inclusion. It's really surprising. They really established different inclusive schools across the country, and also some people with disabilities got the assistive devices to support them in education and other activities. Yes, it's really amazing. However, persons with disabilities are still struggling to enjoy their rights to education. So I got the chance to visit one of the inclusive school in Kigali, which is Group Scorere Burema, and I carried the primary research there. The findings show that inclusive education is really important because when we're talking with the educators for students with disabilities, they were saying that there is a huge difference when you compare their life before and how they are today. So also we took time to assess how the inclusive education can be more of benefit to the person with disabilities. And also they were suggesting that if we put more efforts in bringing the activities for personal development in school, the students with disabilities will become more equipped. Those activities will help um, in breaking the stigma, because most of the time the students with disabilities, they lag behind even in class because they are not on the same pace with their fellows. So those activities could just be for boosting their standards, for boosting their abilities. Yeah. From there, I also learned that students with disabilities in school, they don't face any form of discrimination, which is really amazing at any inclusive school. However, moving from school, going home, they also face discrimination, which is really sad. My project Best in Me came to cover both gaps that exist in inclusive education sector. So my the inclusive the Best in Me program is an inclusive program that allows teenagers with disabilities at Group Scorere Burema uh, to become self-aware and acquire skills for personal development. That program also involves the production of storybooks that raises awareness on disability in the community and break different negative beliefs related to disability. So Best in Me program actually have three main offerings. The first one is the is the personal development, uh, which will be achieved through the personal development plan tool that will help the teenagers with disabilities to grow skills in different areas. So, and then apart from that, from there we have the inspiring stations where the guests will be invited to inspire the teenagers. And then also we'll be having the production of storybooks, of which I mentioned earlier. So even though I'm the co-founder, I'm not alone. I have a team. So I have a team of professional mentor, professional counselor, and also a team of volunteers that would help me in the implementation of the project. So so this project is actually still at the prototype stage. I was able to carry out the prototype from Group Skorere Burema, and I was really surprised on how the teenagers with disabilities were happy about my project. They were providing me a very good feedback because of the activities I involved in the session. Yeah, it was really amazing. So that really gave me the courage of saying, yeah, I can really implement this. It can be really impactful. Yeah. So that's how I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to implement my project. However, I'm facing the challenge of the funds. I don't have the funds for now to implement my project. Yet I have some activities that really needs funds. So I plan to start my project in January of next year, which is 2022. So I'll start by first negotiating with my stakeholders, or just getting in touch with all my stakeholders. And you know that my primary stakeholder are just my focused audience. Yeah, so those are the teenagers aged 13 to 19 years old, and then also the school that holds my target audience, that's Group Skorere Burema, and also the National Union of Disability Organization, which is an umbrella of all the organization that empower person with disabilities in Rwanda. And then also I won't forget the Rwanda Girl Guide Association, which is an organization that will that will work together in just training the mentors. Yeah, they're the one who be giving me the mentors to work with. Yes. So after being in touch with all my stakeholders, I will start. I will start by providing the final proposal to my stakeholder. Till now, I still need to print it in a very more appearing way so that everyone can really like it while using it. I really need of support on registering my initiative, which is $150. And after that, I will carry out the baseline survey at Group Skorere Burema, and that's also not free. Oh God, I will need the transport. I will need the communication fees. I will need to people to help me that will also need transport. So that's all I need to do my project. And then apart from that, I will also carry out a 3 days workshop with the mentors who will help me in the implementation of the project. So I understand that they cannot go to the field without just without learning anything. So I'll take enough time to train them on Best in Me program, on personal development plan, so that they just make sure that the project is really going in a very in a good way. So from there, after being trained, after everything is okay, then we'll go ahead and carry out the mentorship at Group Skorere Burema. So that mentorship will be just will be about improving the personal development skills of the teenagers with disabilities. So in that program as well, it won't be free, yeah. Even though I'll be working with those volunteers, a team of volunteers, they will still need that transport fee to go to reach the target audience. They will also need the communication fees, the allowance, yeah, and the lunch as well. So all of those really need funds, and I don't have funds. And I won't forget that my project will involve also the production of books. So I still need funds to carry out my project. I understand that my project is non-profit. However, even though it's non-profit, there is a way to sustain itself. I want to be selling the books I'll be producing, and after selling those books, I'll be able to sustain. I'll be able to pay back the transport of the mentors, and also I won't forget that we are in the period of COVID. Um, in since my project is in education sector, I believe that the COVID will not affect us to a high extent. We'll just follow the measures in education sector. So about marketing, I already have a page on Instagram where I post different posts just around disability, to break the silence, to raise awareness about my project. So I really believe that my project is really feasible and can really make a huge difference. Thank you so much for your attention, and I believe that together we can make it through investment. I can fly higher. Thank you. The findings indicated that there is really a huge difference between how the students how the students are before, are now, and how they were before. So which means that inclusive education has been really really productive and has been really important to the students with disabilities. So I was also able to have a conversation with the educators with disabilities. They really expressed their needs towards increasing the activities in schools, and also